all men, that I might by all means save some. Everybody say save some.
Save some.
And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye might, or that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain, or they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Verse 26, I therefore so run, not as uncertain. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Subject for your consideration: master of humility. The master of humility. We hear a lot of people in the church talking about how we should be humble. We hear this word humility thrown around and moved around in corridors with an expectation that everybody in the church is humble. To the world, at times, people take us to the nth degree, thinking that because we're Christians, we shouldn't get upset. Because we're Christians, we shouldn't do certain things. In other words, because you're a Christian, you just get over in that lane and drive. And whoever bumps you in the back, keep on going. Whoever cuts you off, keep on going. Whoever throws a rock at your car and breaks your window, don't worry about it. You're a Christian. Put spikes in the road and you run over the spikes. What are you complaining about? As if we are people who are not conscious of what I call feeling. This word humility, lifted out of the dictionary, means modest or low view of one's own importance, humbleness, modesty, humbleness, meekness, difference, unassertiveness. The Greek word translated humility in Colossians 3:12 and elsewhere literally means lowliness of mind. And that's what we are, lowliness of mind. We're not high-minded. We don't think of ourselves more, that we're more than anybody else. We become to a place of when you really become a servant of Christ, you get in an area of sensitivity. You really do.
Yes.
That's why Jesus said that he's one that can be touched by the feelings of our infirmities. We're not monolithic. In other words, we're not all the same.
That's right.
Everybody in here is different.
That's right. That's right.
What bothers you doesn't bother me.
Amen.
What bothers me doesn't bother you. I don't know. It's how God made it.
Yes.
Doesn't matter to a rose if you take a rose and plant it in the middle of weeds. The rose bush is going to grow.
That's right.
And it's going to bloom.
Yes.
Say bloom.
Bloom.
Lilies that cover the entire earth. Solomon looks at them and say, although they are arrayed the way they are,
yes,
they can't compare to the greatness of God. In some ways, it weighs it against the greatness of God. Look how great God is.
Yes.
You get a chance, you go into New York City, into Manhattan, go to Broadway,
Yes.
and look at the people on Broadway. Let's sit there and look.
Yes.
Walk down the street. I mean, they're just indifferent as that. They're coming from everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere, all around the world, they just come. Here, Paul is expressing something compared to life and compared to what we do in life. Because he goes into this and talks about his way of adopting. Everybody say adaptability.
Adaptability.
Some of us have a very difficult time adopting. Unless something is like us, we don't want them to do it.
That's right. That's right.
But when you go around the world, and I had the opportunity, I call it opportunity, although I was drafted, but I was in the military. I went around the world. I was able to, not around the world, but I went to different countries and I saw different people. And in their setting, I had to do something. I had to adapt to where I was.
Yes.
I never looked back and said I had it better here or this was better. You hear me talking about country of Korea, how I was there and how things were in Korea. I had to adapt to being in Korea. I had to adapt to the fact that no matter how much talking I did, them roads were still going to be muddy.
That's right.
Dust was still going to fly.
Yes.
I had to adapt to a season which they have over there. They have it every year. They call it the monsoon season. And I mean, it rains 24/7 for a whole month. I mean, it just keeps going and going, pouring and pouring. Everywhere you walk, it's mud up to your knees. I had to adapt. So Paul, after being converted and understanding this whole idea, not only this idea of being in this situation that he was in, he knew that his job was to get others to come to Christ. Don't read me wrong now. When anybody run around here saying to me, I had to go to the bar because you told us we got to go in there, we can get some soda. Because you get in there and start bending your elbow, you won't change the way you think you change, you'll be going backwards. And that bar will be your pulpit. But what I am saying is to adopt yourselves around who you're around.
That's right.
Knowing where you came from, or your culture, or your friends. I still have friends in the world.
Yes.
Maybe you don't have any, but I have friends that are in the world.
Yes.
I don't make myself bigger than they.
Amen. Amen.
I'm not sticking my nose up in the air and telling them I'm better than you. No, I adapt to the situation.
Right.
I said to some folk before, and you will hear me say it again and again. I go around folk that do a lot of cussing. So I adopted a long time ago. I know how to turn it off.
Yes.
We cuss all they want.
Yeah.
They ain't saying nothing I ain't heard.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all get saved and you're like, ooh, that's it. Ooh,
Come on, Bishop.
ooh, I ain't never heard that. Oh, you heard it. Not only did you hear it, you done said it. And if somebody make you mad enough, you gonna say it. Say thank you.
So true.
I got to get on the speed track here. I'm sorry, but we had so much to do today. But you adopt, and so I get into a place where I have this switch in my head that I turn it off.
Yes.
I don't indulge in joking and jesting. Don't indulge, even though folk want you to indulge in it in your office settings and around your friends and on picnics. People want you to indulge. They want to pull you into something.
Yes.
You don't have to go in there to be around them.
Amen. Amen.
Don't laugh at their jokes. You know they're not right.
Yes.
They don't even fit you. Tell your neighbor you got the wrong clothes on.
Yes.
You ought to know when you have the wrong clothes on.
Yes.
But it doesn't change the fact that you're in that environment now. And Paul says, I adopt. When I'm around the Jews, I adopt to be around the Jews. I don't think I'm better. I'm just there.
Yes.
I became one of them.
Yes.
Being around them, I just became them. And that I might gain them. Talked about the law. I knew the law. I understood the law. I grew up under the law. I was a Pharisee among Pharisees. So I understand the law. They're not saying anything that I don't know, so I adapt to it. I don't try to critique them or criticize them in their station.
Yes.
Many times we try to critique people and criticize them and tell them, you know you ought to stop this. You know they can't stop. If they could stop, they'd have stopped a long time ago. So you get in a place where you get them to understand that life presents many forms to us.
Yes.
And it's a matter of choices. Paul says, I did all of this. And even doing all of this, I did it for a purpose. And my purpose was that I might gain some.
Amen.
Not all.
Amen.
That I might gain some.
Yes, sir.
You running around trying to save the world
Yes.
and going to hell yourself.
That's right. That's right, Bishop.
What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Everybody will not accept the Christ we serve.
Amen.
Understand that.
Yes.
You don't have to push Christ down nobody's throat.
Amen. Amen.
What they did to Jesus was in the open. It was not done in a corner. And whether they recognize them now
Yes.
really doesn't matter. Because when he cracks the sky, every knee shall bow, and every tongue, lion tongue, hypocrite tongue, tongues will declare that he is Lord to the glory of God. So it really doesn't matter to me what you think about my God. I'm not an attorney for God. He went to court a long time ago. And before they started the trial, see that, before the trial started. Before the trial started. Before the trial started, the judge said he's innocent. I find no fault in the ministry. So what was his dilemma? His dilemma was pleasing men.
Yes.
I've got to please them because they're hungry. Sometimes people get hungry.
Yes.
When you're in a mob, you get hungry.
Yes.
Especially when the mob starts yelling. Crucify, kill them, destroy everybody. It becomes contagious because everybody gets the disease. Yes. Everybody starts saying what everybody else is saying. Remorse doesn't come until later on. Contrition doesn't come. The partner say, well, I'm sorry that this happened. Doesn't come until later on. Yes. After the fact, when you're in a corner somewhere, sitting and recognizing, I shouldn't have done that. Yes. Remorse doesn't come to a person until they're locked up in jail. Yes. When they're locked up in jail, then he talks about the fact that somebody asked him, why did you do it? And the long and short of it, as he thinks about it, he said, I never would have done it if I would have landed here. If I knew where I was going, I'd have never done it. And then to the point where everybody in there, when they're in there, he said, what you in here for? I didn't do nothing. I got no business here. So everybody says the same thing. Neither do I. Until they get to know each other, and the guy turns around and says, well, since we're bunking in the same place, let me just tell you what I did. Well, you don't know who I am. I'm going to tell you. I killed 4 folks. That's why I'm serving this time. And the guy looks at him. You did what? I killed 4. Yeah. The guy looks at him and says, well, I killed 1. So they get this whole, change of heart, beginning to admit it. Humility, my brothers and sisters, humility starts or begins once you understand that we're in this human existence to look at others as we would have them look at us. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Don't do things and then try to find your way. Don't get in other words, let me make it plain to you. Don't get in the paper bag and try to figure out how to get out of it.
That's right.
It's big enough to crawl out of it if you crawl in.
Yes.
Amen?
Amen.
So here we're moving into where he says, I did this in order that I might, by all means, save some folk. Not going to get them all. I'm not going to save everybody. Verse 22. I'm not going to save everybody.
Yes.
But somewhere along the line, somebody will receive Christ in their life.
Yes.
Somewhere along the line, somebody will see the good in me and want to know this God that I serve.
Yes.
Somewhere along the line, somebody will want to know, why do I have the demeanor I have?
Yes.
Somewhere along the line, somebody will want to know, why are you prospering the way you're prospering? Somewhere along the line, somebody will want to know how God healed. Somebody will want to know how God makes a way. Somewhere along the line, somebody will want somebody to come along and give them a word that the Lord yet cares for you. Somewhere along the line, I'm talking about somewhere, they're talking about humility. Somewhere, somebody in their family will die, and somewhere along the line, they're going to call you to give words of comfort. Somewhere along the line, God will speak to their heart and move in their heart. I don't know where that seed will drop in that person. I don't know what's going to cause God to move in their life. But what I do know is that God is able to move in our lives. God is able to develop what is called humility in us. Every man, every woman should have humility in their life. You can't go around with your nose stuck up in the air thinking that you're somebody, because all of us have come short of the glory of God. All of us came from somewhere, and I don't mean in the church. Some of us came from the alley. Some of us came from the bar. Some of us came from the street. Some of us came from the jungle. Some of us were harlots. Some of us were whoremongers. Some of us were fornicators. We came from somewhere. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But praise be to God who saved us all. Who stopped by and knocked on our heart one day. Who stopped by and knocked on my door one day. And when he knocked, I have sense enough to open the door. Ask your neighbor, is God knocking? You think that God knocks at everybody's heart. You know when you're not right. You know when you're not in a place that you need to be or should be. Because ultimately, this is not all there is. If this is all you think life is to get through this portal, you're in for a shock. Because once you get through, there's going to be something at the end. There's a continuation of either darkness or a continuation of either light. I share with you, my brothers and sisters, you should always be moving towards the light. God has much more to offer than sin. Sin has nothing to offer but destruction. Well, what is it, Bishop? What is it? What happened? Well, many people, they're all over the world. Many people think what they eat is their problem. What you eat is not your problem. Say that to your neighbor. What you eat is not your problem. See, people think because you're eating this and you're eating that, and this is no good and that's no good. What you eat is not your problem. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, your problem is what's eating you. Not what you eat, but what's eating you. What's eating you. Cancer could be eating you up. Fornication eating you up. Lying eating you up. Hypocrisy eating you up. Is what's eating you. Not what you eating. That's destroying your life. And so many times no matter who we are,
Yes.
have to examine ourselves
Yes.
and get some humility about it.
Yes.
Stop thinking so high-minded.
Yes.
Get off that high hill.
Yes.
Get down in the low valley.
Yes.
Understand.
Yes, sir.
Your hands get dirty too.
Yes, sir.
Learn how to wash your hands.
Yes.
Learn how to clean yourself up.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
always have to be down.
Yes. Hallelujah.
But you need this idea of humility.
My God.
You've got to be driven towards it. Beloveds, if you're not driven towards it, if you care nothing about it, you care nothing about human beings, you have a problem.
Yes.
You're not aligned with yourself. You're not here by yourself. Everybody in here experiences different things. You don't understand what I'm going through. Perhaps I don't. But I tell you what, there's 1 billion people in China.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they don't understand what you're going through either.
That's right. That's right.
Why? Because the billion in China just want a little grain of rice.
Yes, sir.
You got a whole box on your shelf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's their concern. Eating or having something. So beloveds, look to have humility towards one another.
Yes.
Get yourself down to a level ground and understand that when Jesus walked this earth, Jesus looked at everybody as the same.
Yes, he did.
Paul said, I've got to adapt to the environment.
Yes.
I say it this way. If I go into the Catholic church, preach to the Catholic, I'm not going to offend them. If they invite me into the temple, preach to the Jews, I'm not going to offend them.
Amen.
They want to talk about God.
Yes.
They want to talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yes.
You right in my boat.
Amen.
I hit a home run there.
Yeah.
But I know how to talk about Abraham, Isaac,
Yes.
and Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm a part of Abraham.
Yes.
Seed.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Amen.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So, beloved, in my conclusion, part one is leading. Humility starts with you.
Amen. Amen.
Sure, you've been dealt the wrong hand. But it's easy to get out of the game. Just throw your cards on the table. But if you were in for the long haul, if you're going to stay with this walk as a Christian, if you're going to stay with it as a believer, you've got to get the right perspective.
Yes.
See, the thing about me where I am now, I'm not talking about being a bishop. I'm not talking about being a pastor. The thing about me is that I can say that I was you one day. Because you don't know. And I had a transformation in my life to become who I am.
Yes.
Because when I look back in retrospect, I was just like you. And because most of the time, the lack of knowledge destroys us, and it brings on death. It's what we don't know that destroys us.
That's right.
I always say it this way. What we don't know. They didn't make libraries just to make libraries. They made libraries because they know we weren't going in there and read no books.
Amen.
That's why the library was there. But now, everybody has you can Google just about anything. So there's no excuse for ignorance today.
That's right.
And And the Bible shares it this way. I was getting ready to say it over there. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. It's what you don't know that's destroying you.
That's right.
What you don't know is keeping you poor.
Amen.
When the Bible says a man don't work, he don't eat.
Amen.
I mean, how plain could it be? How plain could that be? A man don't work, he don't eat. So if he want to eat, he got to.
That's right.
When Jesus say, I come that you might have life and have it more abundant. If you have any humility at all in you, you should look towards that abundant life. You should ask the question, what does it mean, abundant life? It ought to give you one of these moments. What does it mean by abundant life? No, nothing is going to drop out of the sky. He's not sending manna from heaven anymore. It's not going. Quail are not going to drop out of the sky. No more. That's not going to happen anymore. Those days are gone. It's easier than quail dropping out of the sky. It is according to your faith and your belief system, and according to your knowledge of who he is, that sometimes humility will make you go to places you don't want to go. In other words, humility will make you wash somebody else's feet.
Yes, yes.
I'd never touch anybody's feet. But guess what? If we start washing feet, you'll have to get the drill out, throw in everything. With humility, I'm washing. So we have to succumb to the nature of things that we don't like. Succumb to the nature of things that we don't like. Succumb to the nature of things that we don't like. First got saved, people used to say, why you keep going back into that house over there? You know what they got in that house? I know what they got in there, but I got to go in there.
Amen.
Because people in the house needed help. And I was going to give them help. In order for me to help them, if I help them, I can help them out of their situation. Because they don't know no better. So when I walk in there, and the roaches are walking across the ceiling, upside down, and I'm looking out as I'm walking around in the house, and they're dropping everywhere. You talking about somebody having humility. I just made sure I didn't have any cuffs in my pants. And no turtleneck sweaters on. But the most of this humility that I needed was when I got back home. I said to my wife, now listen here. You got to be kind to me. She said, yeah, I am. Go to the back porch and take them clothes off. But somebody will see you. I don't care who sees you. You ain't coming in here. My point is, some of y'all didn't even laugh. See, you need a sense of humor. You know, deeply, God got a sense of humor too. Y'all didn't think about that. God got a sense of humor. How you know, Bishop? Everybody say, how you know, Bishop? Look at your neighbor and say, look at you. Anyway, it's the truth anyway. It's the truth anyway. We see things that others don't see, you think they see. But it's okay to laugh.
Yes, it is.
Laughter is good medicine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It helps you get along.
Hallelujah.
But I'm finished now, but we have to have some humility, beloved. Even around the church, outside the church, have some humility.
Yes.
The people that are not as strong as you, you got to have humility with them.
Yes.
You got to condescend to their level in order to help them. In order to help them.
Yes.
I don't mean get down to their level and start doing what they do. No, help them. Show them there's another way.
Amen.
There's a better way.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a better way.
Yes, sir.
When I talk to young people at the high school, I talk to them about a better way.
Yes.
When you leave high school, even if you don't go to college, there's a better way.
Yes. So true.
You can still make a living.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Somebody go off to college
Yes.
and they don't make the money you make.
Amen.
Think about this. God knows what you lack.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you trust Him?
Yes.
Do you trust Him enough? Do you trust Him enough to know? Do you trust Him enough to know that He knows what you lack?
Yes, he does. Yes.
He knows that you're no genius. He knows it. He already knows you are not a genius. He knows that. He knows you're not going to college.
Yes.
He already knows that. But He wants to do something for you.
Yes.
And He says, I've got this thing, I'm going to drop right in your spirit. And you can make yourself $1 million. Tell your neighbors what Bishop is saying. It is. All you need is one word from God. You need one creative thing that nobody's ever thought about. One creative thing that nobody ever thought about, and you don't have to go to college for it. Man-made deed. One creative thing. He got a piece of paper, put some glue on the back. And we thought this was the greatest thing that ever happened. He sits home and makes millions off of it. Who do you think dropped that in his head? That was God. Why didn't he put it in his head? Why didn't he put it in my head? Because he's trying to put something in your head now. And he can't get it in there. Many of you are living examples of what God can do.
Amen.
But you have to have some humility. Go get my iPad, please. You have to have some humility. In order to get that, you've got to turn your life over to God. Well, it's a sign of weakness to me. Well, fine. A lot of people think I'm weak. And I don't care. I could care less what they think about me. Maybe it's my age, but I care less what somebody think about me. I ain't trying to win no favors here. With nobody. I'm on my way to heaven. And I'm enjoying the trip. I'm enjoying the trip. Worry about who likes you and who don't like you. Get some humility about you. If you've got some humility about you, then somebody wouldn't call you conceited. Then they know how to smile. Some people walk around with a frown on their face all day long. Learn how to smile a little bit. Amen? So in our lives, beloved, we need to turn it up a little bit. Paul is saying that. Learn how to conduct yourself. Some will be saved, some won't. It's unfortunate. God speaks to you, He speaks to me. Just what he said to you. The day he knocked on my door, he knocked on your door the same way. And he said, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart. He says, I'm knocking, I want to come in. Then you have to allow the word to teach you. The word will teach you how to live. It will teach you how to treat people. Not money. You can get all the money in the world and still won't know how to treat anybody.
Amen. So true.
I said, you can have all the money in the world and still don't know how to treat people. And all you young people who marvel at whatever his name is, what's that guy's name? Go around there cussing out the girls and beating them up. Chris. Yeah. Them riding in Rolls Royce and then cuss them out and call them all kinds of names. You're crazy. Something wrong with you. He gonna get old. If he's here long enough, guess what's gonna happen? He gonna die. He gonna get old and he gonna die. And when he dies, he gonna meet the Maker. And when he meets the Maker, he's gonna have to give an account of the deeds done in his flesh. Is that Bible? Every one of us have to give an account of deeds done in our flesh. Oh, God doesn't pay attention to me. Oh, yes. God looks at all of us. Don't ever think God don't see you. He says he watches the sparrows. His eyes watch the sparrow. You know how many sparrows there is? If you don't know, everywhere you go in this world, you're going to see a sparrow. They're all around. And he knows each of those sparrows so that he calls them by name. And not only that, God knows you so well. All of us in here. All of us. He knows us so well that the hair that fell out on your head today, this morning, that strand of hair that fell in the sink has a number on it. And God has that number. And he can tell you the time it fell out, the day it fell out, and the number where it's set. He's God. I said he's God. Whether he's God, he's sovereign. He is the creator. And we're nothing but creatures. And if we're creatures, we needed a creator. You didn't create yourself.
No, you didn't.
God, not your mom and daddy.
No.
Because your mom and daddy were created by the creator.
Yes.
We are creatures.
Woo. My Lord, my Lord.
Get some humility about you.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Well, God bless you. I'm feeling part one. Part one again. Humility. Say something. I'd love for the whole world to be saved.
Yes.
But my wanting and desiring is not what God already told me. He said, save some.
Yes.
Some people will never believe that Jesus Christ is Lord. Doesn't change the fact. One day you're going to have to say He's Lord. Might as well say it while you got some sense.
Yes.
Well, if I end up in hell, I'll say it. Oh, you're going to say it. But every time you say it down there, you're going to hear an echo. Talking to yourself. Young people, serve the Lord while you're young.
Yes.
Don't wait till you get old. I said, don't wait till you get old. To serve. Well, when I get a certain age, I'm going to serve God. Some people understand it. Some people know that if I stop and give my life to the Lord, giving your life to the Lord means serving the Lord. Service to the Lord means humility. And I want to come under his authority. The thing with life itself, life don't want to come under nobody's authority. We think we on an automatic pilot. Well, go ahead, because I've been there too. And that ain't taking you nowhere. Nowhere. Amen?
Amen.
So would you stand to your feet? I'm going to make 2 calls. Anybody that's not saved and you want the Lord in your life, you want God to come into your life, you want to make a change, this is your